you know. Now this Bucks, I've been biting on something that I wanted to say for a while since we started this podcast. I am so sick and tired of this Bucks team. So, first of all, you trade your, coach of the year level coach that, was like 33-16 mid-season. You trade him for Doc Rivers, or you get rid of him. You hire Doc Rivers, not a good coach. He's not been a good coach for a while because he's outdated and has, old schemes that don't work anymore and just can't evolve his coaching and can't adapt to the current state of the NBA. On top of the fact that you have Giannis, who, I'm done defending Giannis and saying, oh, get Giannis help. Giannis is the problem. The problem with this team is that Giannis is in the middle, playing the middle ground, trying to look like the good guy, where he doesn't want to ask for a trade and seem like a bad guy who's running away, but he also doesn't want to look like the bad guy and demanding them to get help. Because how do you have a top five player that can't carry this team to a play-in? Because this is not a bad team. This is a badly coached team, but this is not a bad team. You cannot look at this team right now and say that this is not a play-in team when the Bulls are in the play-in, when the Hornets are closer to the play-in than them.
That's
Like
fair.
the Hawks are in the play-in, and I mean the Hawks were expected to be 10th seed after the injury. Like you have the Suns, who have the Suns 1-for-1 with this Bucks team shouldn't have been better. In the Suns are like what 6th seed or 7th seed in the West in a better conference. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
this Bucks
Yeah.
team is not bad on paper. They're badly coached because Kuzma is as much hate as he gets, he's not an awful player. He's a solid role player that can make any team good. Again, Miles Turner, he gets a lot of hate, but he's not a bad player. He's a all right defender, all right shooter. He's an all right player. He needs to rebound more and play more traditional big man, but he's not a bad player as people make him out to be. Ryan Rollins, huge leap year. KPJ off the bench, again, really good offensive talent. He's not the best, but he's a good offensive talent. Gary Trent Jr., one of the best 3-and-D players in the year the last like 5 years, and now all of a sudden he's bad. This is a badly coached team. Terrible schemes. And again, Bobby Portis, one of the best bench bigs for the last 5 years. Even if he has regressed a little bit, still a really good defender, still a really good shooter. This is not a bad team. This is a badly coached team. Doc Rivers is the problem, but Giannis is also the problem. Because there's no reason that the Suns, with a worse team, had no assets retooled and are doing better in a better conference than this team in this week of an East. That's my problem. Is that the you have to compare it. The Suns. The Suns had no assets. They had no picks, no assets, no trade capital. They had nothing, and they completely retooled this team and are playing better than they did last year. This Bucks team has assets. They can still flip guys. They still have guys that have trade value. They're just a badly coached team and a badly run team. And I think a lot of it has to do with Giannis not demanding something. If you want to win, you have to demand. And if you don't think you can win, leave. You should not be sitting here in the moral middle ground like, oh, I don't want to leave. And he's like making jokes on Twitter and stuff. But it's like, dude, you're the problem. If you're a top five player, you should be in the play-in. Again, Jaylen Brown is carrying a team to the third seed in the East with a team that was predicted to win 38 games. I mean, like, there is no excuse for Giannis being a top five player in the league to not be carrying this team to playoffs. We've seen Jimmy Butler do it, we've seen Luka do it, we've seen Jason Tatum do it, we've seen Jaylen Brown do it. This is literally disgusting, 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 disgusting from Giannis. He's given up on the team, and I'm done defending him. I'm done giving him credit where credit's due. He needs to take some blame for this because he's given up on the team, and that's on him.
The attitude is bad. Like, he's a diva. And he was always kind of like, a bit of a troller. And it's like, all right, you're doing Embiid trolling. It's fine. The media asks you stupid questions. You can troll. But the shit he's pulled this year, he's in and out injured. He probably isn't even that beat up. He's in and
I
out
think
injured.
he's just resting to end the season. Like I don't think he's gonna play.
Oh, he is. At this point, he is. Well, yeah, like you said, it's a average team, but it could easily be 8th and 9th seed. You know, Ryan Rollins has come out. He's, for me, still most improved. Kuzma's solid. Portis is solid. Miles Turner is on your team. He is solid. Gary Trent Jr. under bench. Kevin Porter Jr. bench. Bench is weak. Again, yeah, I think this team could easily be 8th or 9th seed, be a play-in team. There's no reason for them to be 20 and 29, 3 games behind the Hornets on a 7-game win streak. You know, 4 games behind the Bulls. That this is, I pretty much would agree. Yeah, Giannis is. Doc Rivers hopefully never gets a job again. He's so bad at coaching. He can't handle any X and O's. Giannis is a drama queen, a diva. As seen, quit when it gets hard. Can't handle the heat. This report of him not wanting to be a backseat to a real star, and he think it'd be a second option if he went to the Warriors or the Timberwolves. I believe it from what I've seen from him and heard from him. He seems like he's got a huge ego. He's got to be the guy, but his guys got to support him enough to get him to the dance.
Because you just
he got his ring.
Of a whole other thing.
I'll say this: he got his ring in Milwaukee. He's a Milwaukee legend. Who'd have thought the Bucks would win a ring? You know, in a century where it was either Heat, Warriors, Celtics, Lakers, or Spurs. That's about it. The Bucks, you know, with homegrown talent, get the ring. So shout out to him. It was a good story. But either leave and be that asshole that goes ring chasing, or stay and shut up and play hard. Doing both is the worst by far. You look worse than Kevin Durant ever did going to the Warriors. You look worse than any player that's jumped for rings. You look worse than any player that's complained but stay with his team. Like, it's just Devin Booker didn't cry 1 minute.
Yeah,
I'll give him credit. He said, "Let's go play basketball."
Booker's
They're
been
not a
in
true
hell
contender
for his whole career, and he's still been playing better. He still carried that team to playoffs, man.
The Suns are 31 and 20, and Booker's having a down year for his metrics.
Oh, dude,
but it's just
like
playing hard,
year.
playing as a team, not dog shitting your teammates every game in the post game. Even if you're right, if they're playing poorly, you don't do that. You be a star. Warriors fans for years, why is Curry passing to that dickhead? He's 0 for 5. That's what a star does. You build confidence. You pass up a play, you could probably score to your open teammate to get his confidence up. You compliment them. You build them up. You lie to them when they're doing bad and say you're doing all right. It's kind of just what you do. Giannis hasn't done that. He's not a leader of men. He's not been a leader for Milwaukee. It's just altogether, front office, coach, star player, the attitude is horrible. The culture feels horrible. No trades, no plays they can do to make this team win in the next 3 years. I think Giannis is going to be – he's either going to leave or just his career is going to peter out in Milwaukee, but it just ain't working.
To ride off what you said is that he doesn't want to be second fiddle to anybody else. I think that's a true statement because the fact that he – you know, they got Dame and then they waived Dame. If you're a star player and he claimed that he didn't want them to waive Lillard, he should have said something in the front office. Hey, you're the star of that team. You can say whatever you want. They'll 9 out of 10 times they're gonna make that play for you.
I'll never take anything he says serious anymore. He's just trolling.
My thing is, like, you cannot say you didn't want Dame because they didn't even trade it. They waived Dame. They waived him. Dame could have come back from injury and they could have been a great duo. And this team wouldn't even look that bad if we're being honest. But you got rid of Dame and then you didn't get anything in return and you complain about, you know, they didn't make any moves, but you're not claiming them, you're not asking them to make moves. And on the same thing is like getting Miles Turner. That was a bad move in my opinion. But my thing is there's this report that came out a while ago and there was before Porzingis, there was a attempt in trade talks about Miles Turner's coming to the Celtics. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum went to Brad Stevens and they said, we do not want Miles Turner. They vetoed the trade. We got Porzingis instead. That's what your star players do. You build around your star players. Your star players demand what they want, and that's how the league works. If you want to win,
there is a limit sometimes, though. You can't just full. Sometimes you gotta.
Well, but I'm like, if you're Giannis Antetokounmpo,
shut him down.
You can veto things. You know what I'm saying? You can say like, hey, I wanted to play with Dame. Don't drop him. You know what I'm saying? Like there are things where you can you have a voice. You have a voice in the matter, especially when you're pretty much the pivot of this team. Like you're pretty much their legacy of this team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's probably the all-time greatest Bucks of all time, if I'm not mistaken. Like, maybe, you know, two other people in that running, three other people in that running. But it's like,
it's gonna be Bucks from years ago. You know, you got Oscar Robertson and fucking who's on that, Moses Malone. You know, in terms of modern basketball mattering for anybody under 50, the greatest Buck of all time easily is Giannis. And, you know, shout out to him for getting the ring in a small market. You know, that doesn't happen very often. But
it's just like they didn't even go for
it's just,
free agents. They didn't go for anything. Like, if you wanted to, they could have went for Jared McCain if the asking part was, you know, a couple picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have got Jared McCain, who's a good, you know, playmaker and shooter. Like, they could have gotten, like, I mean, there was Chris Paul was in the running. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have gotten Chris Paul with and see if he can get one more good year. You know, like they didn't even make an attempt. They didn't even make an attempt. And the only route I see the Bucks having a chance, and this is a very very slim chance, is firing Doc Rivers, firing Darvin Ham. You know, firing the whole coaching staff. Just get rid of the whole entire coaching staff. Hire Mike Malone. See if he can, you know, put something better together and make some moves in free agency. Like, they have to. Go see if you can get John Morant. Go see if you can, you know, call up on, you know, certain players that are, you know, wishy-washy. Go see if you can get something with the Pelicans, who are, you know, apparently everybody's untouchable on that team, but, you know, Herb is probably gone, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sadiq Bey is probably on his last year. You know, there's guys.
I would get Trey Murphy on a good team, man. He's so good.
Oh my God, I love.
No, yeah, I mean,
this Bucks team is disgusting.
Just to wrap it up, yeah, it's just dog shit front office, dog shit coaching. Your starter's a crybaby. There's nothing good about this team that looks good. It's going to be dark days for the Bucks for a while. So sorry, Bucks fans, but
Giannis,
you got that ring.
All I'm
so
saying is Bucks.
At least he got one.
I miss our rivalry, but like Giannis lost a lot of respect from me. That's all I'm saying. Like, this has been a
you can't trust a word he says.
It's been a pitiful last like 3 years of his career. The last 3 years, 3 back-to-back first-round exits, and then going out completely sad like this, disgusting. I'll
forgive him for the first two because of the. I'll forgive him for the first two because of the injuries, but this whole like, I fucking hate it here. I want to get traded. My teammates suck, and then no. A fake trade bait.
Dude, 3
just
seasons
to gauge
straight
interest.
Of it, though.
This one, Any news from him, the team, I don't care. If the Bucks are in the news, I don't care. If Giannis is in the news, I'm not reading it until he actively goes to a different team. Then I'll be like, all right, let's see what's happening. I can't take him seriously. I can't take the Bucks seriously. They're a joke team. So, just from this point on, the Bucks, I could fuck them. I don't care. You're trolling.
This is Alcatraz. I don't even want to like rate them. Like, the Bucks deserve like negative minus. Like, if there's like if the threshold, you know, Z, they go under that. They get like,
they're like theta.
Hate them.
They're like firing squad.
They got me really like worked up because like at least the Heat had a good team, or at least competing still. Like, the Bucks have a team that are on the same level as the Heat. Not really like player for player, obviously, but like this is a team. The Bucks have a team that can compete at least for playing.
They should be a playing team. They should be a top 10 seed at the very least, but I think they could be 8th.
Let's get to this Timberwolves, who again,
yeah, let's get through the rest of these bad boys.
Another victim of the nasty Giannis scandal is the Timberwolves. They cleared up all this space thinking they could get Giannis, and